Good afternoon and happy Saturday. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift, episode 163, with probably the most exciting, dynamic, and fun guest we've ever had on. Dr. Gladys, 103 years young. Let's get this party started. How you guys doing? Let us know in the chats. How's your day going, 1 to 10? If you're at a 10, we're here to celebrate. If you're at a 1, we're here to elevate. Uncle Dave, I see you. Bring you on right now. You sex kitten. Let's get this party started, baby. We're gonna bring on Dr. Gladys in lesson 5, lesson 5. Uncle Dave!
I can't believe you have Dr. Gladys on. I have known her forever. She's amazing. When I met her, our preach was 93 in prescription free. She's probably one of the most incredible guests you could ever have.
I agree. This is the first time I'm connected. I know you've been probably with her for a while, and some stuff. I'm super pumped. What a treat.
Oh, you have no idea, my brother. You have no idea what you're about to step into. This is one of the wisest. When you talk about wisdom and faith, Dr. Gladys's family lineage and historical significance and impact in life, there's no doubt, while she is still an incredible, impactful human being, she has changed the face of the earth, and she's been here for 103 years. Cannot wait to see her.
It's probably the greatest introduction I've ever heard come out of you in regards to our guest. Now I'm really pumped. I see her on. You know what? Let's not waste any time, Uncle Dave. Let's bring her on, shall we?
Bring her on. We don't want you trust you. Any minute you waste with me, it can be exponentially valuable with my dear soulmate here. There she is,
Dr. Gladys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's very early here in Arizona.
I'm in California.
Dr. Gladys, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. It's the first time you and I are having the privilege of connecting. I'm super pumped. I know you know Dave for a long time. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Oh, all right. I have to get my hearing aids in.
That's okay. Take your time.
Listen, it's really early here, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well, I am just so excited to see you again, Dr. Gladys. It's amazing to see you and doing so well. So put your ear pieces in so you can hear us. We love you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so happy to talk to you.
Amazing. Can you imagine how much wisdom is on this live right now, Dave? I don't know if the internet can help the kid.
You have no idea what Dr. Gladys has done in her life, in medicine and health and wellness, mindfulness, in charity. Every aspect of a legacy that you would want for yourself, Dr. Gladys has, in her 103 years. I was telling Craig that when we first met, it was 93 in prescription 3. Now, what are you saying at 103?
I'm just saying whatever comes into my head. I don't know. No, there's a lot to be said still, you know. The world's still going on, and it's still amazing and creative and glorious and all of that. It's just an amazing time to be alive.
Absolutely love it. Dr. Gladys, what are you most excited about right now?
Well, right now is talking to you because, you know, where are you, incidentally?
I'm in New York City.
And I'm in California, so I'm up early like you, Dr. Gladys. I'm in California.
Okay. But
yeah.
But so which one are you?
I'm David Meltzer. We've known each other for a long time with Greg.
All right.
And that handsome guy is Craig Siegel in New York.
Oh, hi, David. I'm glad to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you. Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Dr. Gladys, maybe you could give us just a little bit of background from India and the impact that you've had in medicine and wellness. I know it's a big part of Craig and I's life of helping people live long and healthy journeys.
Right, right. Well, I can you see me? I don't know if this is
Yes, we can
working
see
right.
you.
We can see you
Okay.
perfectly.
We have fireworks.
Okay, that's fine. Why, yeah, my parents were osteopaths and they were medical missionaries in India. My mother got her license in 1913. Now, you know, that's way back then when women were not doing, they did, well, when she went to India uh, as a missionary, actually, she had no passport. So she went as luggage on my father's passport. It's amazing how, during my lifetime, how things have changed to, and for me, I think they've changed for the better. Think of what we women can do now, where back then, even when I was in medical school, and then when I started my practice, they'd never had a woman in a doctor in uh, the the hospital there in Cincinnati, Deaconess Hospital. But you know, so in my lifetime, things have changed a lot, and I just I have great hope for the future. I'm not. I know there's hard things and bad things going on, but think about the things that are happening that you and I can talk about over this kind of work. I mean, isn't that awesome?
It is awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that, a lot of people are negative in what's going on in the world, but Dr. Gladys always sees the silver lining. And one thing is the reframe. Look at the progress. Obviously, you guys have been around a little bit longer than I, but just to hear that the future looks bright, David, to use one of your words, we're on a good trajectory, it seems.
Yeah.
It's amazing. you, you
Yeah.
know, when I was growing up, I the thought of a telephone was just beyond me. Uh, in our Woodstock school, I know that the principal's office had a telephone, but I have no idea who he was talking to because there weren't taught. You know, you just couldn't pick them up like this.
You, Craig, it's interesting because 103 years ago, 80 years ago, 60 years ago, uh, it's interesting. If we had the ability to see what was going on, people would be overwhelmed with the amount of challenges and struggles and pain, setbacks, and failures that were occurring. We have narrowed the struggles in the world. And although there are still struggles and pain and setbacks, there's so much more options and opportunities and touches of favor in the world today because of people like Dr. Gladys. And I think it's important for people to know that, this technology allows us to see so many things, but we've healed so many things since the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. To give you an example, my mom in the 70s was a single mom. In 1976, when my dad left my mom, she could not get a credit card without a man. And
Right.
so, these people complain about whether you use the right vernacular or vocabulary as if it's a huge offense. But, there was bigger offenses going on in my lifetime and many, many, many more offenses in Dr. Gladys's lifetime. And we have to focus in on the light, the love, and the lessons from the past. And that's what Dr. Gladys has taught me, being her friend for over 10 years, to look at the positive improvements, continue to work on improving, but let's not punish ourselves with some sort of bad perception of where we are today. And I love the optimism of someone who has lived as long and learned as much as Dr. Gladys.
Dr.
Well,
Gladys, go ahead,
David,
Rob.
for me, it's so exciting because what I'm seeing is that people are reaching for their true humanity. when we as human beings have the option to help Mother Earth, the only beings in the universe that have the option of choice and of free will, and we can help Mother Earth, and we can help each other, and we can reach out towards the light. And as we do that, it's amazing. We don't have to keep looking into the dark places. They're there, and they'll be there, and they'll get to us when when they choose to. But we have the right and the obligation, I think, to reach for the things that help each other, and that love will do. Love reaches to each people, love and life.
Beautifully said. Dr. Gladys, I just want to let you know, Dave and I have done this show for 163 weeks in a row. I have never seen him excited and pumped up and a smile from ear to ear as he is today for you to be our guest.
Great,
I have
great,
my
how
question for you,
wonderful.
Dr. Gladys. You have a new book out, The Well-Lived Life. It's spectacular, and I want everybody to grab it. And one of the really cool things that you talk about is how to find everyday juice that helps us stay oriented in our life's purpose. I think I know what you mean, but I think this will be good for the listeners today. When you say how to find that juice, what exactly do you mean, Dr. Gladys?
Well, let me tell you, I have a very good friend. She's not as old as I am quite, but she's in her late 90s. But I called her the other morning, and I was so sad because she said she wakes up in the morning and she said, "Oh, not another day." And it made me cry because for me, I wake up in the morning and I say, "Oh, another day." It's the anticipation for things that are love and life. And that's what I'm reaching for. And I'm finding that other people that are reaching for it too. They want the light. They want to be a true human being that we are. And so it's happening. It takes time.
What an awesome answer, right, Dave?
Oh, well, she's full of wisdom and faith. Like I said, inspiration, intuition, and intelligence is an a complete aggregation with Dr. Gladys. The lessons will keep on coming, I promise you, especially until we learn it. And I, have gathered from Dr. Gladys, we're guaranteed 24 hours a day, every single day of our lives, except for the last day. We'll be cheated only the last day, which is an incredible perspective. And if you're going to waste those precious moments to do good and to live well and to do your best to learn lessons and to find fun and love and light in all the activities that we have today, one of the things that my awareness is elevated when I talk to Dr. Gladys is we lose perspective of how cool life is. When she says, I didn't even know what a phone was, I would blow my mind. And here we are having a video conversation with one of my greatest mentors who for years I've been watching, reading, studying, and I'm blessed to be able to be with. And now through technology, we can all share her wisdom with literally thousands of people today and millions of people on the post-production content side, Craig. So I think it's really important. Dr. Gladys, accountability is intertwined in our perspective. And when I say that, I mean, I am, like I said, looking to do my best, learn lessons, and have fun in my life. And I believe you also subscribe to that trajectory, as Craig had mentioned. In that journey, we need to be responsible, we need to attract the right things, and we need to participate in a perception to learn the lessons. Do you have any advice on how to integrate the responsibility, attraction, and this participation of perception in order to effectuate the doing our best, learning lessons, and having fun, which I call the juice, you call the juice, but what advice do you have for us to have that participation of perception to learn?
Keep looking for it. Just keep looking for it. It's like somebody the other day said to me, what do you think about the younger generation that's coming up with all this stuff? And I said, I'm so excited about them because I have a great grandson, and I just heard this story the other day. They were in their, I guess it was a Sunday school class or some kind of class, and he's 5, okay? So he and two other kids, a girl and a boy, were standing around a dish that had some coins in it. And these were coins that were going to go to some place that the church or somebody knew about that had never had a well, and they were going to be able to have the money to dig a well. And these 3 little people were standing around there looking at that, and they put their dimes and nickels in. And the little girl that was standing with them said, should we pray? And the little boy that was standing beside her said, I don't know that we can pray. And my grandson, my great grandson said, sure we can pray. God's all around us. Let us pray. So here we are with these little people coming up, understanding that God is all around us and that love and life is there, and they can share their nickels and dimes with people other places. You know, we I isn't that isn't that a lovely story?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you say he's 5 years old?
Yeah,
5. Yeah.
Wow.
How about, when you talk about the younger generation, Craig, you're 39 years old. Usually in your 30s, people start asking you about the younger generation. So for over 70 years, people have been asking Dr. Gladys about the younger generation. And I always say that our younger generation is getting better. And what I love about sports, Dr. Gladys, as you know, that's my topic or expertise for so many years in sports and
absolutely.
entertainment. What I look at sports as proof that our humanity is getting better. There's no way that we're faster, stronger, we jump higher. All of those things are getting better. So in the same respect, humanity, our emotions, all of these things are evolving. We're getting better, in every generation historically. I love to study history because that's the only way I can learn human nature. There's not one generation, Craig, that doesn't think or portray the new generation is weaker, but they're always stronger. And it's a factual, and Dr. Gladys will concur, I know, that our generations are getting stronger, even though every generation talks about the new generation as being weaker. And I don't know that dichotomy of human nature, but I am very, very excited about the bench. I call it the bench, the sports bench. Our bench is deep when it comes to our future, because our kids, our great grandkids, our great great grandkids, which may happen for Dr.
Yeah.
Gladys, they're getting stronger and better.
Well, I have a granddaughter who has, she's in charge of the museum in Tucson. The what is it? The Desert Museum in Tucson, and she knows the desert, and she loves the desert, and she and her husband have worked with this kind of understanding of what the desert is. Now, most of us think of the desert as a dead place, but my granddaughter Jessie and her husband, they don't think of it as a desert. They know the stuff that lives on the desert. And so it's that kind of understanding that the young people have. And I glory in it. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I love it. It's definitely a zest for life and a good trajectory. Dr. Glass, I wanted to ask you, in your book, you talk about the 5 L's,
Yes,
and one of them is labor of love,
right.
and I think that's so beautiful and so important. Can you unpack that a little bit when you talk about the labor of love as one of the 5 L's?
Well, you know, all healing that is really true healing is done with love. If it's not done with love, it's very hard for a physician. Well, let me tell you a story. My eldest son is a retired orthopedic surgeon, but when he had finished his training, he came through Phoenix, and he was going down to Del Rio, Texas, to start his practice. And he said to me, "Mom, I'm real scared. I'm going into the world. I'm going to work with people. I'll have their lives in my hands. I don't know if I can handle that." And I said to him, "Well, Carl, if you think you're the one that does the healing, you have a right to be scared. But if you can understand that your job is to you, your job, which is being an orthopedic surgeon, which is awesome. When we need an orthopedic surgeon, we need an orthopedic surgeon. But when you're doing your surgery or your work with your orthopedics, if you reach to that inner aspect of the patient you're working with who has the physician within them, and if you do this with love and caring, that physician will be your colleague. She'll take the um, what information that you're giving, you're reaching to them with love, and they're understanding it with love. So they take it in, and that physician within that patient then does the healing. And it's as we understand that these 5 L's, the first two are life and love. They don't work without each other. They need each other. It's like a pregnancy. When I am pregnant with a baby, the baby eats what I eat, sleeps what I sleep. It is part of my one unit. We're one unit, but that baby becomes an individual. So they're manifesting all through the pregnancy. But when the baby takes its first breath, it manifests as its own person. And so life and love are one unit. But the third L is laughter. Laughter without love is cruel. It's mean. It breaks up families. It causes wars. But laughter with love is joy and happiness. And the fourth L is labor. Oh, I got to go to work. Too many diapers. This is too hard. But labor with love is bliss. It's what makes you want to do the work that you're doing, David. It makes me uh, really reaching for what it is that makes me sing. That's what's important for that. And the, it's not like dragging ourselves to work. It's oh, and you know very well you do 50 times more work doing what you do because you love to do it than you did if you had to drag yourself through it. And the fifth one is listening. Listening without love is empty sound, but listening with love is understanding. So if we can put these 5 L's into active practice with the things that we do, oh, life becomes so rich.
Dave, that might have been the best nugget in the history of the paradigm shift.
Yeah, the 5 L's allow us. It's interesting. If you use the 5 L's, life will tell you all its secrets. And in the simplest form, we are at ease. And the 5 L's help to identify what we're doing to create dis-ease. And if your calling is from people, then you're going to have to rely on people, even orthopedic surgeons.
Yeah.
But when your calling is from something bigger than you, that loves you more than your mom, then you will be able to be served by that. And so use the 5 L's, because when you use the 5 L's, life will tell you all its cheat codes, its secrets, and life becomes easy, not diseasy. And so you can do so much more, and you enjoy everything, even things that people don't like and other people don't love, or you may not like or love initially. But when you work with the 5 L's, love will be incorporated and reconciled, remembered, and recollected in the abundant, infinite, unified system that we all belong to. And what I've learned through the lessons of Dr. Gladys through all these years is that light, love, and lessons in that understanding and awareness in order to live life easy, not diseasy. And I love this conversation. I love seeing you, Dr. Gladys. I can't wait to see you more. I will make sure when next time I'm in Phoenix that I come by and see everything that you're doing. Please send my love to everyone.
I will. Thank you, David. I'm so happy to connect with you again.
Dr. Gladys, can I ask you one final question? Do you mind?
Yeah,
I never really asked this question before, but I just feel really compelled to ask you. So much wisdom and life experience. What is an important piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
what are the what is what?
An important piece of advice that you would give to your younger self.
My younger self, is that it?
Yeah, what
Yes.
advice
I have
would you
here.
give your younger self?
Yeah, I have hearing aids in and they don't always work. Well, my younger self will say, "Well, don't worry about the stuff that you actually were worrying about, because you got through it. You lived through it. You didn't just get over it. You know, there's a difference. People tell you to, oh, just get over it. You don't just get over it. You get over it. You just stuff it down in a box and try to forget it. No, look at it. If you pull that, whatever that is, whether it's a disease or a, relationship or whatever, when you pull that up and look at it and try to understand what it is teaching you, and then you live with that and work it through. You've lived through it. You haven't just gotten over it. You've lived through it, and you've learned the lesson that that particular thing had to teach you. I think the one of the things that um, current medical work is wrong about, we're trying to kill diseases and uh, eradicate pain. Well, I don't think we need to do that. I think we need to understand them. And when we understand them and work with them, then they are doing the job that they came to do. Because all of these things are here in our lives to teach us what it is that our soul is longing for and reaching for.
Beautiful answer. I'm so glad I asked you. Dr. Gladys, thank you so much for your time and for joining us today.
Oh, I'm so happy, David.
Thank you so
Dave,
much.
I
Yeah,
love you. Love you both. Have a great
I
weekend. Go ahead, Dave.
I like to make sure everyone knows I'm going to be in New York with Craig. So please email me. I'll be in Atlanta, Miami, and Aspire with A-Rod and the rest of the crew. We will also be back in Newport Beach and Orange County. So email me, join us. We'd love to see you, especially Craig and I in New York City. David at dmeltzer.com. Dr. Gladys, I'll reach out. Please send my love to everyone.
I will. I will.
Dr. Gladys, thank you. Dave, love you. See you soon. And everybody definitely grab Dr. Gladys' book and thank
Okay.
her later. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. I didn't.